Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
That's it. 180. Great. Let's get that ball right. 80. Check 43. Chance. 20. He's crossing.
On first down, Newton. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton taking a shot for Samuel. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
This will be fielded at the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now, 180. Watch the run.
Carr now on first down. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's 3rd down.
Down. 185.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Hey, 4 down.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. On the run, it's Fournette. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Defense, let's go. 36, 36. 25, check 25, check 25.
Ready, ready.
And to give this time to the tailback. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Switch.
This one out quickly to Westbrook. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. From the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. A big play there on the option. 64 yards. Nothing fancy there. A little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
49.
Throwing is Newton. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Josh Allen in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. 3rd and long. It's Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
On 1st and 10, Washington. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
At the 37-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Monday, down. You ready?
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Hey, 734.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey,
Here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback,
yeah,
you've got to make that throw, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Newton. Going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the punt, they have a long way to go if they want to tie this football game.
And when you say a long way to go, you mean the full 99 yards backed up almost as far as you can be. And they also have to be aware that the defense is going to come after them. A lot of defense will blitz and attack in this situation, hoping to cause a little bit of havoc.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
At the 5-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Carr. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, my 7.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
First down, Jaguars.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. On the draw, this is Fournette. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, 180. Right there in the middle, 55. Watch the flag, watch the flag. Express. Watch the flag, watch. Tight dog. We do it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Carr now to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Jacksonville.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Oh, here we go. Oh. 6-18.
Check. 59.
Express.
Kill.
Get down.
Now Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Mike, check.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 34-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Ready? Check. You draw quarter.
Throwing on first down. Holloway. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On first down, Holloway. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 46 yards.
And a Jaguar first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Carr. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Dolphins 14. Jaguars 7. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw on second down, Holloway. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here we go. 50, plant.
See me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in
X3, 218, chop it. Hit it.
Throwing on third and long. Holloway. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8 at the 14-yard line.
What now? 180.
Mike is 59.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Down. 280.
55. Defense wins championship. Here we go.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now they'll throw with Carr. The open man is Westbrook. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
On the set.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
60 or.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Now.
On 1st and 10, Holloway incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Coverage there by Earl Thomas.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Danny.
Get it.
To throw again. Holloway. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
On 2nd and 9. Carr nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Carr. And that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Leo. Fight.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. .45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
You better be afraid of me. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
They'll run it again with Fournette. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
This is Fournette. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They fake the handoff. Now Carr looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
No. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. General West.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now a handoff looking right. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
All day, every day, any day. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Out, out, out.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Carr. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll come out in the pistol. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. He gives it up, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
19, Dolphins 17.
Ready.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Holloway taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
He's not going to get me. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Holloway. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Jacobs from the gun. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on 3rd down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Hey, Zoo.
March 49. March 49.
Now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Holloway. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So the folks on hand here growing a little restless with their kicking game. That's now 2 misses so far.
And in a tight game, 4th quarter, the fans aren't the only ones getting restless, Brandon. There were a few looks of disbelief on that sideline as well.
What now?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Minka Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the 1st-round pick out of Alabama. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Again, it's Fournette. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too.
10-2, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
On second down. McMillan, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a third down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
694.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Go. On the ball. Fight.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And oh, can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. From the gun, Holloway. They'll find Everett there, complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Yo. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
Second and 6. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line.
Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Hey, exit.
Operating from the gun. Holloway. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
A gain of 22 more yards. That's another Dolphins first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Go on. Check nickel. Go out. Slam. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll try and run it in. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Strip that ball.
Carr to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in the tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Bravo. Get it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Put up.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Ready to go. Hey, Foxtrot.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 51's the mic, boy. 51.
5.
From the gun, Holloway. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Ready. 18 Gator. Hey, Alpha.
Second and 5. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
58, right over there. Yeah.
Operating from the gun, Holloway. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. Hopkins' kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. One final try now for Carr. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Dolphins, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.